Turf Talk 101. It's always a pleasure to catch up with these athletes. That's some I don't know and some I do know, but it's always a pleasure to catch up and see what they're going through as far as their high school careers and on to their collegiate careers. And some we even talk to now that are in college. So that's how long we've been doing it. It's Turf Talk 101. Me, Travon Smith. And this young man I've had a chance to watch for a couple years. He's a hard worker. He's strong as I don't know what, as strong as an ox. He's got big. I've seen his body change and his mind change. And this year, I've had a chance to watch him a couple times, and he looks more comfortable than I've ever seen him look. So, no further ado, we got Braedon Miller. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. It's always definitely a pleasure to chop it up with you, even though I know you don't like to talk too much. Go ahead and introduce yourself for the people. Tell them where you at, what position you play, what class you are, and any accolades as far as any statistics that you may want to let everybody know so they know who we're talking to.
Yeah, I'm at Beaumont High School, Braden Miller. I'm a receiver in the class of 26. Last year, I had like 800 yards, 10 touchdowns. I was a first team All League. Yeah,
Yeah. So when you say 800 yards, you got to let them know all the way around it. You guys had a plethora of weapons,
yeah,
and your quarterback went all CIF. So you did more than your part. But from what I can see, in my opinion, is you're definitely the leader of the team.
yeah,
And people look up to you. I was telling my dad, man, he better say some prayers and just say that you stay healthy, man. Because
yeah, definitely.
so let's talk a little bit about your off season because I seen you maybe a couple months back and I was
hmm
like, damn, you got big. So talk about your off season and some things that you work on in the off season.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on everything. I got in the weight room right when the season ended, just heavy. And then, just receiver work always, trying to get faster at the same time. So it's just really everything.
Yeah, because I noticed that that's one of the things I do notice that you was in the weight room right away.
Yeah.
Um, and I know you do a lot of training in the off season. Talk about some of the training you do as a wide receiver and some things you work on.
Just everything, my releases, my routes, catching the ball, just all around trying to have no weaknesses in my game.
And that's something I've noticed as well. Really, I'm being honest with you. I don't really see any weaknesses with you. I definitely see like you're somebody. I wouldn't hesitate to put that running back as well. Like
Yeah, for sure.
you've gotten
For
big
sure.
this offseason. And was that something that you focused on getting bigger and stronger?
Yeah, definitely. I want to have the ability to play running back, like you said, and just play even defense too, just everywhere. So,
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about some of your techniques because what's some of the things that you work on in the offseason with your wide receiver coaches? I know if the ball's in your area, you're going to catch it. I
yeah,
know if it's
sure.
one on one, 9 10 times out of 10, you're going to catch it.
Yeah.
Is that something that you focused on, like your routes and just going up and bullying as far as catching the ball as well?
Yeah, most definitely. Not being the tallest, for sure, got to make every opportunity count. So, definitely got to catch every contested catch and all that, and it always got to be open. Just
Okay.
being able to win one on one or even double team 2-on-1, just always being open.
Now I already know the answer to this. What's one of your favorite um one of your favorite I want to say things that you do during routes? One of your favorite moves?
I mean, I definitely like the rocker step.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your rocker step is like you've kind of mastered that, because
yeah,
I've seen you do it in a slow motion, a fast motion,
uh
and what's indecisive as far as when people are guarding you, they don't really know that you're speed.
yeah,
Like you can like you're a thick guy, but you can take off like you're deceptive when it comes to your speed, right?
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's another thing I've worked on. Just always is my tempo and my routes and being able to have a good change of speed always. So,
Okay. Now let's rewind back to last year, talk a little bit about the season. What were some of your things that you weren't comfortable with last year? And what were some things that you've like, hey, this is me, like I'm very, very comfortable. If there's any on either side.
I think definitely maybe just like my deep routes, I've gotten better at getting open deep and
Yeah.
making those catches. I think over time I've definitely gotten better at that.
Okay.
I'll say
That was
that.
that's something okay that a lot of people add to their arsenal as they get older is working on their deep routes because now like your deep routes, I'm telling you, when the ball goes up, it's like 9 times out of 10 this young man is coming down with it. If you're just tuning in, it's Turf Talk 101. Me, Travon Smith, talking to wide receiver slash athlete Braedon Miller from Beaumont High School. Um, Talk about some things that you were already good at last year that you know that you've gotten better at this year.
I think just like my yak, just what I do with the ball in my hands, I've always been good at. But I think, like you said, with me getting bigger and stuff, that should be even better this year.
Okay. Okay. Talk I want to hear something about some of your biggest games last year that you know that you had or some of the biggest games that you look forward to last year.
Definitely the Cajon game. I think just leading up to that whole week, we wanted to beat them bad, and then just how the first half we were down by I think 3 touchdowns. Just
Yeah.
that game for sure.
I was there for that game. That was a pretty
Yeah.
remarkable comeback. I still don't know what happened with Cajon on the other side. Um what was some of the like some besides the Cajon game, some of the games that because you don't really like you have a poker face, you don't really show too much anxiety or any. What was some of the games that you were kind of nervous about?
I think definitely the Oak Hills game because we weren't supposed to play them,
Okay,
and then we were supposed to play a team from Utah, and they didn't end up. They ended up canceling. So I think we got Oak Hills the day before the game. We found out
okay,
we were playing them, and that was just I think myself and just the whole team was kind of just anxious to we had just lost to them the playoffs the year before, so
okay.
yeah, and
Are
we
you
ended up losing, but I think I had a good game that game
okay?
still.
Definitely, definitely, because I've seen you grow as a player. Um, are you a person in the huddle? Are you like a quiet person, or you talk a little bit, or you just talk to yourself and kind of show by action?
Yeah, I kind of show by action. I don't
Uh huh.
try not to talk too much, you know.
Yeah. That's something I also noticed about you. Let's talk now going into this season. You've had a strong off season. You always have a great 7-on-7, but 7-on-7 does have its ceiling to
Yeah.
where people like, can he do that with pads? But for the people that follow you, we all know that you could do the same thing without pads, with pads. Talk about some things that you worked on in your 7-on-7, some things that you may have seen different this year than last year.
For myself or for the team.
No, for you, yourself.
Like we said earlier, just catching everything. Especially when we're not in pads, no ball should hit the ground,
Yeah.
and then just always, no matter if it's a good team, we're playing a bad team, good DBs, just always being open.
Okay. Now let's talk about going into this year. What's some things you're looking forward to, you personally, maybe statistic wise, or some things that you want to do that you have on your goal list?
I definitely want to have over 1,000 receiving yards, and then I even want to have
Uh,
some rushing yards too, a couple hundred, couple hundred rushing yards, like you said. I think I could play running back too. So
okay.
definitely, I think the record. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but for career receiving yards and career receiving touchdowns, I think I would
o-
need like 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns to break it. So
Okay.
at Beaumont, so I definitely want to get that. And
And
also in
and
the return game, I want to get some return touchdowns too. So
and that's something I think is important for young athletes to write goals down. To there's no way you can
yeah,
accomplish your goals if you don't have an idea of what you're shooting for. So I
yeah.
think that's very smart of yourself. What's some games you might be looking forward to this year?
There's a lot really. We have like an upgraded schedule this year. A lot of good teams.
Okay.
Uh, I always look forward to the Cajon game. Uh, Vista Murrieta. I came from Murrieta Valley, but I
Okay.
definitely know a lot of players from Vista, so I'm excited for that game.
Ex-
Yeah, I'll say
eh,
that
I,
game.
I think a lot of athletes are excited to show some of the past athletes, saying what you've turned into, and you turned into a hell of a young man, man.
Thank you.
Talk to me a little bit about the culture over there at Beaumont, because you seem to like it, you seem to
Yeah,
flourish. Talk to me a little bit about the culture, some things that go on at Beaumont High School the average person might not know about.
I mean it's great. We have great team culture, a great locker room. We're all brothers. We have a good brotherhood. I think Steiny does a good job. You know, to help with that, but I think it's really the players that
Okay.
make it happen. So
Yeah, yeah, I got a chance to catch a little 707 this past week, and you guys is all riled up as a team. I think it was Chino Hills. I like that. I
Yeah,
like that a lot. So what's some like you said? We already talked about your goals. Talk a little bit about like because I know I've had some sideline conversations with you and how important it is to go to college.
yeah.
What's some things that college coaches need to know about Braden Miller?
Uh, no matter how big or fast I am, I'm a playmaker. When the ball's in my hand or when the ball's in the air, I'm gonna make the play always. So I think that.
Definitely, definitely, man, and I can vouch for all that. I've got a chance to witness it. He's not a big talker. He's a guy that shows up on the field, and can't wait to see him in some big moments this year. Get your highlights up and do everything that college. Like you're one of them kids that like colleges need to take a shot on,
Yeah,
because they all have an idea of what they want in their head. But you're one of them kids. I think I'm gonna say this, Gavin. I don't say this a lot. I think you could pretty much go to a lot of high school teams in Southern California, and you find your way to get on the field.
definitely.
And you can't say that for everybody. I think at some point, at all the high school coaches, if you're paying attention, this young man will find his way on the field, and I think that'll transition to your way in college, man. So continue to do what you do. Keep your head down. Don't worry about all the other outside noise. And I think high praise is coming for you. Just keep working.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate you. We got Braden Miller from
Yep.
Beaumont, wide receiver over there.
Appreciate you.
All right, man. Have a good one.